Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. Today I'm creating this super fun Easter egg inspired look for Easter, which is coming up in just like a week, less than a week. I don't know. Easter is so close. So I thought I would bring you guys this really fun Easter look. I want to do something that was wearable but kind of Easter egg inspired. This is what I came up with. Kind of an almost sunsetty, spring fun look. If you guys want to see how I created this look, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's just jump right into the video. I've already gone and applied all my skincare and stuff, so we can jump right into the makeup. I'm going to start with my foundation because that's my favorite place to start. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. This is like my current favorite foundation, especially for the springtime. I like to have a little bit of a luminous glow to the skin, but not too dewy. I save that for more of the summertime. I'm going to use my beauty blender to apply this. I am in the shade 150 Warm. And then for concealer, I'm going to use my favorite Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Porcelain Beige. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight all the important areas because this is Easter. We want to make sure to really highlight everything and to cover up any blemishes. I like to highlight around the edges of my nose just because those areas like to get a little dark and a little creasy. And then I'm going to use my beauty sponge to blend that out. So I've got some new products to mess with today. I recently made a small order to the Beauty Bakery, so today to bake my under eyes, we're going to be using the Better Not Bitter flour from the Beauty Bakery. I've not tried this product before, but I've heard good things about it, and I do have some stuff from the Beauty Bakery that I really liked. So I ordered this, and I ordered one of their setting sprays, and I ordered a lip whip, but we're not going to use that because I don't think the color will look good with the makeup look I have in mind. I ordered a dark red for the holiday season because when I wanted to order it during the holidays it was out and I happened to see it was in stock, so I snagged it while I could. But I've heard really good things about this setting powder, and like I said, I like the products I've tried from them and I just love their packaging. I think it's so cute. I mean, this looks like a little flower bag, and it looks like it's got the ingredients in it. It just talks about how it's vegan and it's gluten-free and that kind of stuff. But so cute. And then this is what the little container of it looks like. It's got a beautiful gold top. And then I got this in the shade Oat, which is their translucent shade. So I just screwed the little cap off. And then it looks like it just got the little twisty top with the little holes in it, so I can shake it off nicely into the lid. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this little sticky piece off here and tap some into the lid. Then I'm going to take my beauty sponge again and I'm going to right up under my under eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and buff out those creases again because my eyes crease so bad. And I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes with that powder. And then I also like to take my baking powder and bake around the edges of my nose, anywhere that my foundation and stuff will kind of start to settle into my creases. So I also like to set my chin on that crease under my lip there, and just kind of set the chin in general if I'm going to be wearing a mask or that kind of stuff. And then I'm also going to set my smile lines because that will start to kind of break up and settle into those creases there as well. And then if I'm planning to go out for the day or do something like Easter, if I'm going to have to wear a mask at all, I will set my nose as well. If you're going to church, you're going to have to run to the store, you're going to be around family where you're going to want to put a mask on, or whatever the case may be. Just go ahead and set that nose. Now this powder is very kind of thick. It's very super fine grain, but it's kind of weirdly thick at the same time, if that makes sense. It's got a really thick coverage to it, although it's translucent, so it's supposed to not have any color. When I swipe it away, it should have no coverage left to it. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to be brightening or not. It also says that you can use this to set your whole face down with a brush, so I might try that later. I have been loving my Too Faced Born This Way powder, but just to test this out, I might go ahead and try this. I don't know. I might not. We might just use my regular powder because I know I love that, but I wanted to see how at least this baked today. So while that's baking, I'm going to go ahead and throw my brows on. I've been loving the e.l.f. Instant Lift brow pencil for like long time, over a year now. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my brows on. I'll be right back. Now that the brows are done, I'm going to start on the eyes. Ulta Beauty has been having their 21 days of beauty, and so I recently picked up the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I've never used this before, and I honestly haven't used an eyeshadow primer in years, and I don't know that I've ever used a high-end eyeshadow primer. I think the only one I've ever used was a NYX one, and it was like a little paint pot thing. So I decided to pick this one up because they had this on sale as part of their 21 days of beauty. So of course this is what it looks like. This has been around for years, and I don't know why I've never tried it. Honestly, I think it's because I feel that using like my concealer and stuff on my lids works pretty darn well. So I guess I'll test this out today and see if I really honestly feel like it makes that much of a difference. This is just the regular one. I know that they have like an anti-aging one. So I just pulled this little doe foot applicator out of it, and there's like, you can see half the doe foot thing is not even covered in product, so that's kind of interesting. So I'm gonna put it back in and see if I can get some product on it. I don't know. There we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my lid. I don't really know how much we need. I guess maybe I should read the box. Apply our best-selling weightless eyeshadow primer potion before eyeshadow for long-lasting vibrant color to prevent creasing. Plus, our doe foot applicator provides precise layout every time. So it doesn't say anything about how much to apply, so I don't know. I just put some on each lid. Hope that's enough. And then I'm just going to use my finger to kind of spread it out. I'm going to work it from the lash line all the way up to my brow bone for the most part. Kind of coat the whole area. And it's pretty much skin toned, or at least my skin tone. It's definitely fair skin toned. Has kind of a tackier texture. But yeah, I don't know why I've never picked this up in the past. I think I just didn't want to spend that much money on such a little product and something that I don't know that I really necessarily needed. Because like I said, I feel like my concealer and whatever works just fine. And a lot of times I like to set my lids down with like an eyeshadow base before I put any of the actual eyeshadow on. I like to use a cream color, so, and that's probably what I'll do today. So I don't know if that even, like, if using this is even worth it. I think what I want to do is start with my Hot Buttered Rum palette from Too Faced, and I am just going to take the creamy vanilla shade in the palette called a Vanilla Extract, and I'm going to pop that down on the lid like I like to do. Give everything just a nice base. I feel like this helps to make it easier to blend shadow out and that kind of stuff. Just going to go ahead and pop that down. I have been using these Doe Color. I'm honestly not sure how to pronounce the brand name, but these gemstone palettes. I've been doing a little series on these. This isn't part of the series, but I think these have like the perfect fun bright colors. So I'm going to use a couple of these palettes today. I'm going to start with this fun peachy shade. I'm going to work that right into the crease. Honestly, I almost think that would be pretty, and just leave it like that really soft kind of peachy look. Would be a really fun like spring or summer look too. Maybe just like a really pale shimmer on the lid. I think that would be really pretty. But the look I have in mind today is a little more Easter egg inspired than that. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop into the yellow Mind Stone palette. And I'm going to grab the bright matte yellow shade in this palette. And I'm going to pop this right on the lid. Oh my gosh, I'm loving how this is turning out. And when I get to this outer corner, I'm just going to kind of feather that yellow shade into that kind of corally peach shade. What are you guys all doing for Easter? You guys have plans? You getting together with the family? Or are you guys staying social distance? Do you guys still plan a get together? I think we're going to be getting together. Just my mom, my aunt, and I maybe. My younger cousin Carson was in town last weekend, so he's not going to be coming back for Easter next weekend. So I think I'm the only kid left, because my other cousin Kaylee, she's on the East Coast in West Virginia, and we're on the West Coast, and so she's not going to come home for Easter. So I think it's just going to be my mom, my aunt, and I. My husband's working. I think the three of us that we're going to get together and dye Easter eggs, which is kind of what we've done the last few years. We've just gotten together and dyed eggs. I think not last year, but the year before, it was just my aunt and I. Just the two of us got together and dyed eggs. And last year, I think my mom got together with us. And maybe my cousin was there. I can't remember. We used to get together with the whole family, my grandparents, parents. I think even my great aunt and uncle were there, and we'd get together and do like a lunch kind of thing, and you know, the whole family would hang out and we'd play games or whatever and do just kind of an Easter lunch situation. And you know, when we were young, we did the Easter egg hunt and that kind of stuff, but we just haven't been doing that the last few years when everyone's busy and just things are different, especially last year and this year, things are just really different. So, I don't know, let me know what you guys are doing. Do you guys still plan to do a big family get together? Do you guys do anything at all? Or, you know, what you gonna do? Let me know. I'm gonna smoke out the lower lash line. I think I wanna add some of that yellow in there, but I'm gonna wait till I sweep away this baking and stuff. I wanna kind of see how that goes before I add in any of that smoke. I do wanna take the really pale shimmery yellow in this palette and pop that on the inner corner. I want to kind of see what that's going to be like. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So I got a hint of yellow, but not super yellow. But yeah, we're going to do Easter eggs. We don't hide them or do anything with them. We usually end up taking them home and eating them. But it's kind of fun, you know, we're pretty crafty people. We like to get together and do crafts pretty regularly, so Easter eggs is just a fun way to do a little craft and spend some time together. So we're going to do that. I don't even know what time we're getting together. I don't think we've gotten that far. We'll probably have lunch or something. I don't know. Try to decide if I want to add a wing or not. Yeah, let's go ahead and add a wing. I feel like this look needs a wing. So I'm going to take my Stila Stay All Day waterproof eyeliner and draw on a nice little wing. That was a bit of a hot mess. We had a little incident with the winged liner on this side, but whatever, I'm moving past it. Winged liner is just not my thing anymore. I think I talked about in one of my more recent videos that I did winged liner, that I used to do winged liner every day in high school, all the way until just the last couple of years, and now I can't do it anymore. I don't know what happened, but I struggled with this side. Somehow, I don't know, it got a little wild, but I think we did okay. I think I fixed it. So now let's go ahead and finish up the skin, and then I'll throw on lashes. I'd like to do lashes after I've done that because I don't like to get powder in them, that kind of stuff. Let's sweep away this baking and kind of see what it looks like. So it says it was translucent. And in camera, in the viewfinder, it looks really, really good. It looks great. In person, in those areas where I laid it down a little bit thicker, I can really kind of see it. Especially like right here on my forehead. I get like these little creases above my eyebrows. I don't really get like lines. I just get like cracks in my foundation above my eyebrows. And so I like to set those. And so especially this side where I laid it a little heavier, I still feel like I can kind of see like a white spot, and like right here along the edges of my nose and my nose, I could still see kind of a white cast in those areas. So it's not 100% translucent. Down here where I laid it on pretty lightly, I don't really see anything. Maybe a little bit on the smile line area, a little bit of white, but I guess you just have to lay it on a little bit thinner. But yeah, like right over here along the nose and over here, I can really see it quite a bit. So it's not terrible. Getting up close and personal. It's not settling in the creases, but it definitely didn't completely help my makeup from creasing, even down to my smile lines. I still have a little bit of creasing and stuff. You can kind of see up here by my forehead that there's already creasing, and maybe some of that was because I talked about it before I set it, and typically I would go and set my foundation and stuff right away after I blend it out with the Beauty Blender. I would set it immediately, and this time I talked about that baking powder for probably a minute or two before I set it, even though I went back through and I did use the Beauty Blender. Maybe the foundation and concealer had started to settle in those creases already, so I can't 100% judge it right away on that, but I do feel like I do have a little extra settling in the creases. I feel like this looks a little bit crepey under the eyes. I'm not super in love with it. It doesn't look super dusty or anything like that. I don't know that it's my favorite setting powder so far, but I will continue to try it and see how it works out. Let's go ahead and set the rest of my face using the Too Faced Born This Way powder. I use the shade Porcelain. And I am going to go and set right over top of that baking as well. No, I love this powder with this foundation. I think makes a beautiful combo, especially because this powder is pretty matte. And that foundation was a little bit luminous. I think it makes a gorgeous combo, especially being that my T-zone is pretty darn oily. I think it keeps me from getting too greasy looking. Once I set that down, I feel like that white cast of that setting powder mostly went away. Maybe right over here on the nose, there's a little bit left. And right over there, but like the forehead and stuff is all pretty much gone. And this will probably get covered up by bronzer for when I contour my nose and that kind of stuff. So I'm not too terribly worried about it. Let's go ahead and bronze up now that we're talking about bronzer. I'm going to use my Morphe Glamour bronzer in the shade Originator. It's a very beautiful medium tone bronzer. I don't feel like it's super warm toned. I feel like it's got a good amount of warm and cool tones in it. I don't know. I really have been enjoying this bronzer as well. For highlight, I'm going to use another product I got during the Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. This is the Becca highlight in the shade Prosecco Pop. I've had this highlight before and I really liked it. And I pretty much used all of it, so I decided to pick up another one. I think this highlight is stunning. It has like really pretty gold undertones without being too dark for my skin tone, which is kind of hard to find. I have this one and I have Rodeo Dry from Ofra, and those are about the only two like gold toned highlights that I can been able to find that aren't too dark for my skin tone. I almost bought Champagne Pop, which I feel like is the one everybody raves about, but I decided to buy this one again because I know this one looks really pretty on me. See? I think it's gorgeous. And with what I know and love. So, anyways, just highlighted my cheekbones and forehead and my nose. Kind of just my go-to highlighting areas. You could use a more pink toned highlight if you wanted to go with the eyes. I just went with this one because this one's new. And I think that gold undertone will look really pretty with the yellow in the eyeshadow. And then to go with the pink tones, I'm going to go with this Burt's Bees blush in the shade Shy Pink. I think this will look really pretty. It's a very, I'd say, very pink blush. I think it's very spring. And also to look really pretty with the pink of the eyeshadow. That kind of corally, peachy pink we got in there. And I'm going to use a decent amount. I like a good amount of blush on my cheeks. And I like to add just a little on the end of the nose. So now I think I'm going to back into the yellow palette, and I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. And I'm just going to use that same yellow shade we used before. And I'm just going to go right up under the lash line. Now I want to test out the Beauty Bakery setting spray. This is their baking spray. I guess it's a sweet glaze baking spray. Go ahead and give it a little test here. So as far as that sprayer goes, reminds me a lot of the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist sprayer. Just a really nice, fine, even mist. Comes out in a nice continuous spray. So I like that. Doesn't have much of a scent to it. Maybe like a little bit of a coconutty scent or something. But a very light fragrant. Nothing too strong. It feels good and refreshing on the skin. Doesn't feel real heavy, and I didn't really feel like it was very wet on the skin. Although I could see my skin was wet, so that's kind of nice. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw on lashes, and then we'll come back and we'll put on a lip and we'll be all done. Obviously, lash glue is still drying a little bit, but I love how this eye look turned out. So I think I want to use a fun nude lip, but with a little bit of pink to it. This is the NYX Shine Loud that's been super popular. This is in the shade Born to Hustle. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this on. I think it'll look really pretty. Yeah, I'm happy with that lip choice. At first I wasn't sure, but I think it complements that eye really well. Let me know what you guys think about this look down below. I will also tag last year's Easter makeup look down below. It was a little more like blues and purples and pinks. This year I want to do something a little different. Let me know what you think about it down below. I think it's so fun. I love this look. I want to do something that's wearable but still kind of encompasses the colors of Easter and kind of Easter egg vibes, if you will. So anyways, if you guys like this video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.